Good morning. Happy Saturday morning to you. I just wanted to share something that I heard this week that really resonated with me and spoke to kind of a frustrated place that I was in. I was feeling a bit frustrated about things not moving quite the way I wanted them to. And given that I've been talking, or I talked recently about perspective, I had to do a perspective check with myself, which was very helpful. And then in addition to that, I was watching a video online and heard something from the speaker that really kind of added to me being able to adjust my perspective. And the speaker talked about when the day changes at midnight, it becomes a new day. But if you were to look outside at midnight, it would be pitch black. And so we think about day solely, or we usually think about day from the perspective of it's going to be bright out. And that's the thing that evidences the daytime and that it's a new day. But technically from midnight the day has changed. So the encouragement to the audience was that at the moment things change, it may not be obvious, but it doesn't mean that things change. And that really resonated with me because it really spoke to that place of feeling like you're doing work and it's not, nothing's coming of the work that you're doing. And I kind of equate it sometimes to being on a treadmill. You know you're taking steps, but you're not getting anywhere. And I was having a moment like that this week. And so, including change, like looking at my perspective and taking my own advice that I gave in my Facebook Live and my Instagram Live recently, I asked myself the questions and I was able to kind of look at my perspective and see, is this the only way to see it? You know, where's this thought process coming from that things aren't changing? So I was able to do that. But additionally, hearing this message was very helpful in me thinking about sometimes change comes and it just, you haven't seen the obvious evidence of it yet. So I want to go back to the Instagram Live. For anybody who watched it, I talked about getting a new job and the frustration that I went through in wanting to leave a job where I wasn't happy and the amount of time that it took to get to that job, but just in my ability to check my perspective and look at a bigger picture, make the decision to not jump ship when I was offered one job that, truthfully, the more I thought about it, would have been a nightmare and would have been more stress than the job that I really wanted to leave. So if I could use that example again, part of what happened in that situation, which happens most of the time in a job, you don't quit a job and start your new job the next day. So I was offered this new position. I accepted the position, but I also was trying to be respectful of the fact that I had been in a brand new role at this facility and it would take, some time for people to get the role going, and also even just finding somebody to replace me in that role was, there's all the bureaucracy of they have to submit it to HR, there's a time for posting, all that kind of stuff. So I gave them about 3.5, 4 weeks maybe to notice before I actually left that position. So just thinking about this idea that change may come, but it may not be obvious. I had to, for almost 4 weeks, every day, go into this job that I was still frustrated in. I was still, really stressed in. And so at face value, nothing was different. But the truth was, I did have another job. I just wasn't in it yet. So I kind of wanted to bring that perspective to people. So anybody who's feeling discouraged, frustrated, feeling like they're working hard and there is nothing happening as a result of the work, be encouraged that you don't always see the evidence of your work from the beginning, but that change will come and that change may have already started and it just may not be visible and tangible and obvious yet. I'll give you one more example that I use to remind myself that when you're on a journey, you're how far you are in that journey isn't always obvious. And what I have used in the past is the idea of when we're on a flight. So you get on the flight, you're trusting the pilot to get you there, and you get up into the sky, and let's say you have a window seat and you've been flying for an hour and you look out the window and you see clouds. You see blue sky and you see clouds. and you're flying for 2 hours and you look out the window and you see blue sky and clouds. No evidence of where that blue sky and clouds is compared to where the blue sky and clouds are that you saw an hour before. And this can happen for the duration of your journey until you hear that announcement from the pilot that it's, time to land, and they tell you to put your seat back up and put your tray down or put your tray away and all that kind of stuff. So just another reminder that when we're on a journey, the actual traveling part of that journey may not it may not be obvious that we're making progress and that we are getting further, but it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And so for anybody feeling frustrated today, I hope this is encouraging to you and I hope you got something from it. And I just want to encourage people to keep on keeping on, because you will get to where you want to go. Have a great day.